What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Aquana. I'm 22 years old and this is a budget-friendly channel. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys 5 bad money habits that I think are keeping you broke. I do want to start off this video by saying that I am not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you guys my opinion and what works for me. All right, so the first bad money habit that I think is keeping you broke is you don't have a budget. Okay, so I feel like if you're not tracking your income, your bills, your spending, debt payments, savings, and all that, then you'll never actually be paying enough attention to your money to know if you're in the negative. What I think is that everybody needs to have a budget that includes things like sinking funds, dining out, your fixed expenses, your flexible expenses. And I feel like you should be reviewing and adjusting this budget at least once a month. Or for me, I do it twice a month, which is every time I get paid. So making a budget and following it will help you take control of your finances. And then at that point, you can evaluate whether or not you need to reduce your expenses or reduce your income. The second bad money habit that I think is keeping you broke is you pay yourself last. So if the first thing you do when you get paid is pay all your bills, you do some shopping, you go out to dinner, and then you tell yourself that you'll save money if you have anything left over, then you're doing it completely wrong. So basically what you're doing is making sure you pay everybody else, and then by the time you remember to pay yourself, you don't have anything left over. So my suggestion is that you set up an automatic transfer from your checkings to a savings account for every time you get paid. So for me, I get paid bi-weekly on Thursdays. So I set up an automatic transfer for every other Thursday to put a certain amount of money from my checking to my savings account. And this way, when I wake up on payday, before I even check my account and get to see how much I've been paid, I've already paid myself with my automatic transfer. The third bad money habit you're doing that is keeping you broke is you keep dipping into your savings. So if you find that every month or multiple times a month, you have to take money from your savings for any minor inconvenience, whether it be a small emergency or an expense that you just forgot about, or just because you feel like you want some McDonald's and you think that you can dip into your savings for that, you're being irresponsible. So at that point, you could be saving too much, or you could be using your savings as a second checking account. And I know I just said that you need to save money, you need to pay yourself, but if you're constantly taking from your savings, then you're probably spending more than you're actually saving. You shouldn't be saving so much that you don't leave yourself money to pay bills or buy food. What you have to do is find a number that's a happy medium so that you're leaving yourself enough money to live. You have to stop using your savings as a second checking account. Just set up the automatic transfer and pretend the savings account is not there. The fourth bad money habit that is keeping you broke is you are financing everything. So in today's world, there are too many options to like buy now, pay later, and those options make it feel like you can afford a lot of things that you actually can't. And then we also have credit cards, which you always have the option to just throw something on your credit card and then figure it out later. But when you continue to rack up these payments and you keep putting things on your credit card, ooh, there's a fly. Like I was saying, when you keep adding things to your credit card or you keep splitting these things into 4 payments, it's just a pathway to debt. It turns into this vicious cycle where you're buying things that you actually can't afford. You can't keep track of all the payments and the money that you've spent, and it ends up being very detrimental to your budget. So I feel like credit cards are great for emergencies, or if you're buying things on your credit card and then paying them off every month to build credit. But I feel like, in my opinion, they're not good for anything else. If you're not using a credit card to build credit and you're not paying it off every month, then you shouldn't be using them. I like to have the mindset of, if I can't afford to buy it now in cash, then I shouldn't be buying it at all. What I like to do is I like to save over time for things that I want. And I only spend what I can afford to pay back on my credit card. The fifth bad money habit that is keeping you broke is you want what everybody else has. Now, we live in a world where social media is very easily accessible, and these social platforms make it very easy for you to see people on there living their best lives, buying expensive things, taking fancy trips, and we just see the best versions of people on these platforms. And it makes us feel like we're missing out. You know, we get FOMO and we feel like we have to have what we're seeing these people with. And we have to recognize that we are all in different financial situations. You don't really know how much money people make or how they got what they have and how they can afford the certain things that you're seeing online. So I feel like you have to figure out what makes you happy. You have to stick to your own values, stick to your own budget, focus on growing your finances, and stop trying to keep up with what you see around you. You set goals to get the things that you see or the things that you feel like you want or you need, and you stay in your own lane. Only you know how much money you have, how much money you can spend, and if you can't afford what you're seeing everybody else afford, just have the mindset that you can't afford it now. If you take control of your finances, you increase your income, then you'll be able to afford those things in the future, and you'll be able to afford it and not even think about it. That is all for today's video, guys. I hope you found this video to be helpful, and I hope you can take these minor tips that I've given you and focus on taking control of your money. That's all for today, guys. Bye.